What's going on, guys? Let's get straight into it. Last Thursday night's game, Cowboys at Saints. Cowboys just handled their business. Taysom Hill didn't look too good.
Taysom Hill is pretty bad. Cowboy fans are happy because they beat a fullback playing quarterback. They did what they were supposed to do.
All right, moving along to this Colts at Texans, 31-0. Really nothing to talk about there.
Trash.
All
Next.
right, moving to this Vikings at the Lions. Crazy game. Crazy game. Typical Vikings being the Vikings, man. You never know what you're going to get. What Forrest Gump say? Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're about to get.
I've been saying. First of all, I told y'all last week, do not bet with Minnesota.
Did say that?
Do not bet with Minnesota, man. They blew it, Minnesota. They win games they're not supposed to, and they lose games
they're not supposed to.
That's
exactly what it is.
Watch they come out against Pittsburgh on Thursday and be world beaters. That's just how they play.
That's how it is. Week to week, you never know with those guys. Moving along, let's get into the Giants at Dolphins. Both roll with the Dolphins on that one. Dolphins kind of hot right now.
My boy Brian Flores trying to keep that job. I see you, baby.
Yeah, backup at quarterback though.
It's not his problem. It's not his problem.
All right, moving to this Buccaneers at Falcons. Blowout, landslide, 30-17. Nothing to talk about here. Eagles at the Jets. We already called that one too. Blowout here. Cardinals at the Bears. This is a little bit more competitive than I thought it would be. They still got it done. It was 33-22 though.
Yeah, they got the job done. D-Hop looked good coming back. Kyler Murray, they look good coming off the bye week. Being out for like 2 weeks before the end.
All right, let's talk about this game with the Chargers and the Bengals, man. This is a typical game from these Chargers, man. Like, they on the road going into Cincinnati, and they just dominated the whole game, man. Like, every phase of the game, they got dominated. Joe Mixon couldn't get going. Jamar Chase didn't get going. Like, I don't think nobody had a good game for the Bengals.
Chargers and Bengals. Out of all the teams that are projected to make the playoffs right now, these two teams are the most inconsistent teams. You don't know what you're going to get week from week. Cincinnati, they'll go on the road and dominate Baltimore, then come at home get dominated by Cleveland.
Yep.
Then they dominate Pittsburgh. Then you get dominated by the Chargers. It's like, bro, what? I know y'all a young team, but we got to get some type of consistency. Chargers the same way. Lose to the Broncos. Get blown out to the Broncos. And then go on the road and dominate the Bengals. It's like somebody got to get some consistency, man. It's crazy.
All right, well, you know how that one was. Moving along against the Jaguars at the Rams. Rams handled their business in this one. Really nothing to talk about, 37-7.
Oh, man, Urban Meyer, his seat is getting hot from what I hear.
Oh, it is.
He got a lot of commotion going down. I think he's going to survive, but he going to have to clean that locker room up or he going to have to go.
All right, now we go into my most disappointing game of the week, man. Washington football team defeats the Raiders, man. You want to go first?
You want to talk about being hot?
you want to go first?
Hey, I don't know if it's Miami. Miami got a little weak schedule, so they winning games they're supposed to. But Washington, they're winning games they ain't supposed to win
at all.
Like, Washington is hot. Like, they were supposed to get Montez Sweat back, but he just got on the COVID list. But they get Montez Sweat back with the defense already playing the way it is. Watch out for Washington. Huge game coming up.
But this is my problem with the Raiders. You go on Thanksgiving and beat the Raiders in a hard-fought game in overtime, then you come out here and can't get anything going on offense. Like, yeah, Hunter Renfrow had over 100. But aside from that, like, the running game wasn't going nowhere. Like, defense didn't do what they were holding up most of the game, but then gave it up. I don't know, man. I'm a little disappointed in the Raiders. That's a game you got to have.
That's about matchups as well. Like, that's why I call the Raiders over Dallas, because they match up well with Dallas defense. Dallas don't have a D-line that can stop the run like that. And they don't have corners like that who can really lock up. Diggs get interceptions, but he's not a lock-up artist. He takes a lot of risks and get interceptions, but he doesn't just shut down one side of the field. He's not like that.
Yeah.
Washington, you got them first-round goons right there in the middle, man. Then they got some solid defense. Ron Rivera always has his defense set up to where they do not get beat with the deep ball. So it wasn't a good matchup for the Raiders offense.
Tough matchup. Let's get into the highlight of the week for this, man.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Steelers.
Let's talk about it.
Go ahead, man.
What do you say?
Go ahead, get it off.
You said ride or die.
Get your stuff off.
Ride or die. You still riding, baby. Double R. Rough ride. That's what we do, baby. Oh, going for two? You don't go for two? It's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Come on, man. Lamar Jackson never plays well against Pittsburgh. Everybody knows that. He just doesn't play well against our defense.
Well, they didn't get anything going against the Steelers this game, to be honest. Like, the running game didn't get going. The passing game didn't get going. The defense was holding up pretty well throughout the game. Like, but what can I say, man? I told y'all last week. They could grind it out. They could win on some ugly by 3. What ended up happening, man? Y'all got it. I'm gonna give you that one.
Black Belt, Mike Tomlin.
Give you that one. That was an ugly win. But moving along to this 49ers at Seahawks. Seahawks at the crib. Swept the 49ers this season. Bring the brooms. They swept them this season. How does this happen? They went into your house, got the dub. Then you came to our house, we got the dub again. The Seahawks, we just got done talking about the Seahawks playing for the offseason, need to cancel the coaching staff. Like, I don't know.
But they played like it too. They
did.
They faked a punt and it went 74 yards.
They did.
I'm telling you now, Deebo Samuel is probably the best player in the league nobody ever heard of.
We know who Deebo Samuel is.
No, not majority. Like, he should be a household name. Deebo Samuel should be a household name, and he's not. And he was missing on Sunday. He was hurt, and you seen what happened.
There you go.
They missed him.
You said that was going to be hurtful. He did his thing in the Super Bowl. Everybody should know who Deebo Samuel is.
That was crazy.
All right, moving along to the Broncos at Chiefs. Really nothing to talk about here, but I do want to highlight that the Chiefs' offense still looks terrible. I don't understand how they can't move the ball or not scoring how they usually score. Like, I don't know what's going on with the offensive coordinator or Andy Reid, but they need to have a conversation. They got to get this ball moving around a little bit better. Project Pat didn't even have over 200 in this game. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Kansas City defense might be the strength of this team.
It's
right
bad,
now.
man. But you're going to get Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, but I mean, they've been holding it down for like almost the past month, man. KC will have to get it together.
They got to. I'm expecting an early round exit in the playoffs for KC, to be honest with you.
It depends on who they face.
They ain't the KC of old. It's actually a little bit sooner than I was anticipating them falling off the wagon after giving Project Pat that big contract, not being able to sign anybody else. But this is a little earlier than I anticipated.
Yeah, they want to work some things out in KC.
Yeah. All right, so then we're moving on to this Monday night game, man. I told y'all. I was sitting, contemplating, frustrated about this game. And I told you I didn't know who was going to win. And I told you it was going to be a close game. This man predicted a double-digit win.
Whoa, hold on.
You predicted a double-digit win for the Bills. I told you that wasn't about to happen.
No. First of all, when I seen the weather, I wanted to change to New England, but I don't change my picks.
I don't hear none of that.
Everybody knows Josh Allen, they have to throw the ball to defeat anybody. Like, Buffalo does not have a running game. Devin Singletary, cool. Zach Moss is cool. But once you seen that wind was going crazy and it was a blizzard, I guess, up in New York, how's Buffalo going to win?
Yeah,
you can't pass the ball.
Listen, I don't want to hear none of that. I told you this game was about to be close. I had a feeling. It was in here. And I was like, man.
Of it being close, but you had Buffalo though.
Hey, I just had to flip a coin with that one, man. I just went with the favorites. I told you. I'm in the money, man. I can't be taking too many chances, baby. I'm only 4 games out.
Yeah, money don't make no money. Words of the new Florida Gators head coach.
Hey, we'll see. What the streets talking about? I know you've seen it. This Antonio Brown COVID-19 fake vaccination card situation. We want to know, how do you feel, or do you feel he should be suspended for trying to save himself?
I mean, I guess you have to suspend him. It is, I guess. Is it a felony? I'm not even sure. I know it's breaking the law. So I guess, of course, he got to be suspended. But from what I hear, his ankle injury was going to have him out about 2-3 more weeks anyway. He's suspended for 3 games. So it's like, it's almost pointless. But I guess you have to suspend him because that is wrong. People was calling for Aaron Rodgers to be suspended, so you definitely got to suspend AB for what he did.
I agree. He has to be suspended, but I also agree with his actions. You can't continue to try to force a vaccination on somebody and basically threaten their livelihood if they don't get the vaccination. So if he wouldn't have gotten vaccinated and missed some games because of COVID protocol, that's going to impact the bottom line, which is his money. So you get mad at this man for doing what he thinks is best for himself and his family, all the while he feel like he doesn't want to put some foreign substances into his being. I'm not mad at AP. You know, if I had the money, I wouldn't give him the money. But still, it is what it is. I agree. I think he should be suspended, but at the same time,
I think the biggest thing, though, is just he lied about it. You can't say, I got it, I'm vaccinated, because that's now you endangering the lives of everybody else. Teammates, people in the building, the office people. Now you're endangering them. So I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest reason why he got suspended. Now, if he would have just, kind of did like Aaron Rodgers, like y'all think I'm vaccinated, but everybody inside this building know I'm not vaccinated. He probably would have been fine, but you lying and getting a vaccination card.
Hey, I just see a little difference right here with the situations. Two people both misleading the people, so I don't know.
At the end of the day, all I know is if we would have done it, we would have been in downtown Charlotte.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
In downtown Charlotte, they've been locked up.
Clanks.
Won't let me out. What up? What it do, y'all? We're going straight to these Week 14 picks. We're getting straight into it. Thursday night, Black and Gold travels to Minnesota. Short away game, but I got my boys pulling it through. No Dalvin Cook. Don't look like it's going to be no Adam Thielen. Double up on Jay Jefferson. Make Kirk Cousins throw to someone else. He won't be able to do it. Shut down the run game. Let's get a victory.
Hey, you're right, man. I can't even hate on them this week. You know, I like going against them just to get under the skin, but Steelers going to get this dub this week.
Another huge game for your boy. Another emotional one. Atlanta coming to the city. Carolina, our rivals. Must-win game. Must-win game. Straight up must-win. You seen what happened to the last security guards at the offensive coordinator. He got up off the spot. He gone. Joe Brady got to go. I told you Joe Brady got to go. All right? Matt Rule, you're on the clock. You're on the clock. Must-win game.
I'm going to go ahead and ride with these Panthers, man. They got to have this game. Like I said, I feel like they've been, and I was apprehensive with that playoff prediction that my man's made because I was thinking that something similar to this situation was going to happen. Cam Newton doesn't look too comfortable, but I'm looking for him to bounce back and simplify the offense this week. Let's get this win against that division rival.
Hey, don't trip. We one game out of that last spot now. All right, Baltimore at Cleveland. Baltimore got a whole bunch of injuries, but I'm still going to Baltimore. I got Baltimore.
I thought I was going to sneak this one in. I'm actually riding with Baltimore, too. I'm thinking the Cleveland Brown defense is going to show up this week, but that offense is just that bad. I'm expecting Baltimore defense, conversely, to stop Nick Chubb, get this win.
Now, this next one is a huge game. I feel like not enough people talking about it. Dallas Cowboys going on the road versus, to me, probably the hottest team in the league.
Oh, here goes some emotions, guys.
What
you about to
man?
get emotional. Go ahead. What you about to do? Go ahead. Get emotional, man.
Washington football team. Let's do it. The hottest team in the league.
The emotional pick expert strikes again. Listen, man.
Look.
They not the hottest team in the league. Let's start
Who's the hottest?
The Dolphins. They the hottest team in the league right now. I feel like the Dolphins have won their last 3 straight. They beating people up at home and on the road. I think they the hottest team. They done caught a little stride. Washington football team has been winning games on some crazy nonsense. They're missing all their skill positions. I don't know how they're winning these games. But furthermore, I am not riding with Washington this week. I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys, bouncing back, getting this dub. They came off an easy one last week. They got to continue that. This should be an easy one, too.
First of all, the Dolphins has beaten like the Giants, Panthers, and some other terrible teams.
They had only 2 wins before that.
We'll talk about that later.
Good.
Like I said, I got Washington. They've been beating teams they're not supposed to win. Like they're winning on the road against Carolina, win on the road against the Raiders last week. They've been balling. You gotta give them credit. They beat Seattle at home Monday night. They've been balling. I got Washington, but we'll talk about that next week too.
All right.
Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee, right? What you mean? I'm going Tennessee.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
Oh, good.
But this reminds me of the Minnesota and Detroit. Do not bet with Tennessee. They probably won't cover the spread. I don't know what the spread is. If it's like anything over like 7 or 8, run away. I got Tennessee pulling it out. Urban Myers. Yeah. All right, Raiders at the Chiefs, man.
I'm riding with the Raiders, man. This Chiefs situation can't keep going on like this. I'm looking for the Raiders to bounce back from that loss against Washington last week. I got them coming on the road and handling business.
I got the Chiefs. I'm not too mad at that Raiders pick because I can definitely see the Raiders putting up points against that defense and the way the Chiefs offense is looking is like crazy. But
hey, what you say? Scary money don't make money? I'm gonna have to take my chances.
You about to lose money on this one. Matter of fact, wasn't it 3 weeks ago where you had the Chiefs over the Raiders?
That was 3 weeks ago.
And Deshaun Jackson did that craziness and the game was
that was 3 weeks ago.
Right, so
that was 3 weeks ago.
So you back on the Raiders bandwagon.
Hey, I ain't saying I'm back, but we about to get this dub this week.
Sounds like you want the Raiders to make the playoffs, so you didn't.
I do want them to win. Right. I need that win.
I got the Chiefs. They're at home. All right, let's go to the Saints at the Jets, man. This one here. Oof. It said
2 bad teams.
Taysom Hill is in line for another start this Sunday, so.
Hey, I'm expecting the Saints to squeak out a victory. This is the best of the worst right here. I mean, Jets look pretty bad too. That Flacco situation. Flacco starting this week?
No, Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson back. I don't think he's gonna matter, to be honest, but
yeah, I have the Saints, and I got them winning because of their defense. I don't see Zach Wilson being able to make any noise against this Saints defense. It's a top-notch defense. All right, Seahawks at Houston. I got Seahawks on the road.
Seahawks.
Yeah. Detroit at Denver, man. I like Denver defense to get this dub. I like Denver.
I got Denver as well. Nothing to talk about that.
Let's talk about your Giants on the road versus the Chargers. Let me say one thing real quick. It's not good when you can't tell the difference between your starting quarterback and your backup quarterback.
Oh, God, here we go.
That's all I'm saying. Daniel Jones.
All I'm going to say is I'm going with the Chargers on this one. I'm getting ready for the draft.
Yep. I got the Chargers as well. Let's talk about these Buffalo Bills and Tampa Bay. I got Tampa Bay, man.
I got Tampa Bay too, man, because, I mean, Buffalo, I'm just not sold on Buffalo, man. Like, you keep wanting to give them a pass, but who have they beaten? You can't. They haven't beaten nobody for real. And then they lose last week, like to the New England Patriots. Like that's a game you're supposed to win. Get it? The conditions wasn't ideal, but that's a game you got to squeak out. They lost that game, man. They're not winning against the top teams.
The only decent team Buffalo beat was Kansas City. And Kansas City was terrible at the time. Kansas City still kind of
terrible.
All right, let's talk about San Fran at Cincinnati, man. I got Cincinnati right now. I don't know if Deebo Samuel gonna play. Like I said, to me, he probably the best player in the league. Nobody heard of. So I got Cincinnati bouncing back, man.
I got Cincinnati bouncing back too. I think they're gonna light some fire under them boys. They just kind of didn't show up last week, and that's not gonna happen 2 weeks in a row. I'm hoping.
All right, got some breaking news. Said Justin Fields has been medically cleared. Will start Sunday night against Green Bay. But I don't think it makes much of a difference. Green Bay is just a better team. I got Green Bay.
Exactly. Green Bay, I'm expecting them to run away with this one pretty heavily, lopsided. Put your money on that one.
All right, Monday night, huge game. Pretty much Arizona can clinch the division with this dub. Rams at the Cardinals. What you got?
Listen, man, I this is another one. It seems like these Monday night games I have to spend a lot of time on because I'm looking at it from the standpoint of like with matchup and then what the reality of the situation is. And the reality of the situation is if the Arizona Cardinals win this game, that means that they sweep the Rams for the season. I can't fathom that. I don't think the Rams are going to get swept this season by the Cardinals. I'm going to have to ride with the Rams. They're going to have to figure this thing out.
I got the Rams too. Surprisingly, I thought you was going with the Cardinals.
No.
I got the Rams. Hey, I know Stafford really been just hurting the team. But this is a game where if you Jalen Ramsey, you Aaron Donald, you go to the coach.
Von Miller.
You go to the head coach. Do what you do on offense, but don't lose us the game. That's what you need to tell the coach. Just don't lose us the game. We got you. We'll hold this team, this high offense of Kyler Murray and Christian Kirk, D-Hop, James Conner. We'll hold them under 20 points. Do what you do to get 20. We going to hold them under 20. Let's win this game. That's what you got to do if you Ramsey and Aaron Donald and all them dogs they got on defense. Straight up. They need to win this game.
Got to swap it out, man. Can't get swept. Can't get swept.
We'll see y'all next week, man.